tornado warning and your home doesn't have a tornado shelter or a basement, here's your safest option. You want to find a bathroom or a closet with as many walls between you and the outside. Get inside a bathtub or make yourself as small as possible. If you have a mattress or a pillow on hand, put that on top of you until the coast is clear.
So it's kind of a trick question. It could be B if the bathroom's an interior room. So hopefully we didn't come unplugged. All right, yes, winner. He wins. Autumn, get him a prize. All right, next question. What year was the Star Theater built? Does anybody want to take a guess at that one? We have 1985, 1902, and 1922. Is it A, B, or C?
Bridget, right down here.
Okay.
Right down here. I've got a nice young lady here.
Track of
What's your name?
It's Charlie.
Charlie, what's the answer?
B, I think.
Guessing B.
C.
What about C?
Did you say C?
Yes.
C? I think it's C. Do you think it's C? I think it's C. Look at that, C. It was built for silent movies, but then we got the big time talking movies. All right, good job. She's down here, yeah. What would you like? We have an umbrella still. Do we have umbrellas? Watch that. Do we have umbrellas? What would you like? We got rain gauges, umbrellas. Where'd Adam go? Oh, he's way up there. We should make him come all the way down. Yeah, we'll get you. Autumn will get you something. These are prizes. All right, have a seat if you're coming in. All right, guys, if you have some empty seats next to you, we may want to try and squeeze in as much as we can so that everybody can fill those empty seats up here. We're getting tight. Yeah.
I'm over here.
Hey, if you answered a question right, don't forget to come down here and get your prize. We had 2 of you, I think we didn't get you your prize. I think there was one over here. So don't forget.
Bridget, I got Keegan down over here, and then Charlie down on the floor.
That would be great. We need to get the 2 prizes over here. Why don't you bring the card over here after they get a seat? If you have seats next to you, we have some people who need seats. All right, here's what we're going to do about the seat situation. You guys ready for this? All right, kids, if your parents, grandparents, whoever is the adult that came with you are okay with this, we're going to let you come down here and sit down on the ground so that we can free the seats up for adults. But your parents have to be okay with it, or your guardians. And you do have to behave down here now. Just saying. Don't make me regret this. Greg. All right. Let's, this is as close as you can go. Have a seat. There you go. Just kind of make sure none of the kids go past this. Kind of imaginary line. Anywhere behind this, yes. Behind him. Now we should have some seats freeing up if some adults want to sit in those seats. If you guys can kind of squeeze in. We've had this happen a couple times. This is a great turnout, you guys. We love seeing that. I think we're okay. You don't want to go too far back. All right, any kids who want to come down to the front can do so over there in front. Just have a seat. All right, now we should have some seats you can fill out. Up here, there's a lot of seats here in the middle, if anybody wants. We're going to move these experiments back here. There's a line. Yeah, don't go past that. We need to keep you guys safe. Okay, thank you. All right, that's good. All right, we're going to move on with the trivia a little bit here once I find my clicker. Yeah, probably back up just a hair there. Yeah, let's fill that. All right, we're going to go on with some trivia. Don't forget to raise your hand if you know the answer. And Adam, I lost Adam. Oh, hey, Adam, he's right there. Adam's going to come to you. And we still have, do we have any umbrellas left? We have a couple umbrellas left. We have T-shirts, we have rain gauges, and we have Frisbees, okay? All right, our next question. What year did we go on air? What year did KY3 go on air? Was it 56, 51, or 53?
I got
All
one.
right, Adam's
He's right
got
down here.
one.
He's right down
He's
here.
got one right here.
All right, sir. What is your name?
Is it A, 56, B, 51, or C, 53? And I will tell you, if you want a hint, we celebrated a big anniversary 2 years ago.
We're guessing 53. Bridget, we guessed 53.
What?
53.
He guessed what, C? Is it C? It is. Look at that. Woohoo! Get your prize. We did celebrate our 70th anniversary a couple years ago. We're coming up on 75 really quick. All right, true or false? Should you take cover under an overpass if you're outside or in a car when a tornado hits?
Right here.
Right there. What do we got? True or false?
What's your name?
Is it false? Let's see. Nicolette will tell us right now.
The last place you want to be during a tornado or a high wind event is under an overpass. The myth of this being a proper shelter has been debunked. What happens is the winds actually funnel into the overpass, making the wind stronger through the tunnel. This can easily throw debris into you and is extremely dangerous. Your best option, if there is no shelter, is to lie down in a ditch and make yourself as small as possible.
It is false. False. So good job. Get your prize. Good job. Woo! All right, next question. What year did we launch the weather app? What year did we launch the weather app?
I got one. I got one.
Uh-oh,
And my
you got
mic works all of a sudden. Perfect. All right. Your name, sir?
Ezra.
A, 2010, B, 2011, or C, 2012, or D, 2013? Where are we?
D. We're guessing D, but we're not sure. We're not sure.
Not sure?
C.
Could it
C.
be
We think it's
C?
C.
Is that what I
C.
heard? C? I don't know. Is it C? Look at that.
That's right. Good work.
Woohoo! All right. If you have not downloaded the KY3 weather app, there's 2 ways you can do it. Well, 3, 4, 5. You can go online. If you got one of these outside, the county maps, it has it on the back. Just take a picture of it with your smartphone. Or if you have a really good lens, you can use your camera and center on this, and it will bring it up. I've just do your camera there. All right, our next question is along the same lines. True or false, the KY3 weather app can follow you wherever you travel in a non-creepy way, of course, in the U.S. and give you weather warnings from that location. Is that true or false? I don't know. What do we got, Adam?
She seems real confident on this one.
Does she?
All right, ma'am, what is your name?
Nicole.
All right, we got Nicole. All right, Nicole, what's your answer?
False.
False is what we're thinking. But we're not. We're gonna talk a little bit more.
Okay, talk a little bit.
All right, we're gonna guess true now.
We're gonna guess true? I think it is true.
Good job.
If you guys have the weather app already and don't have that feature, on the home page we have these, what we call a little hamburger right here. These 3 little lines. Click on those and make sure your location is set to follow you. And even when you're in Bermuda, you will get the weather warnings and the weather for Bermuda. Or you can say San Antonio, Texas, and you'll just get San Antonio. All right. You ready, Adam? Are you exhausted yet? Adam's been running. We probably should give Adam applause. Good job, Adam. All right. Oh, we're going to pause. You can take a break because we're going to show you something kind of cool. We got a behind-the-scenes look here. One of the things that they use to forecast is something the National Weather Service sets off every day. And Brandon is going to explain a little bit about it.
When one of us comes in to make a forecast for the day before we put it on TV, there's a lot of data to look at. And for computer models to figure out what the atmosphere is going to do, a big component to that is what's happening now. In order to measure that, we use weather balloons. Rachel Nelson from the National Weather Service in Springfield explains.
First, kind of the bottom of what we call the train is the instrument package. So we have a string that ties up to the top of this. And so that is on the bottom of the train, and then that string is tied to a parachute. So we'll unfold this when we go outside and tie the string to the parachute. And then there's another string from the parachute to the balloon, which we will take out of the bag and inflate when we go outside. We need the data for the weather models that get run every day. So the balloons go up in different places across the country and across the world at roughly the same time every day. We do them twice a day, and they feed that data, the weather conditions, the current conditions, into the weather models so that they can predict the future from the current conditions. This instrument package measures the temperature and the humidity as it goes up, and then it also calculates the wind direction and speed as it kind of flies. The first thing that we will do is get the balloon hooked up. So, open this bag, dump the balloon out. We'll put this part on here, which is what will blow up the balloon. Secure it on there. So now that we've got the balloon hooked up, we go back here. But now I'm just going to turn this nozzle until we have hydrogen flowing at the right pressure. And now the balloon is inflating. Typically, while the balloon's inflating, we'll go ahead and assemble the rest of the train.
Okay.
So the next piece of it is the parachute. So go ahead and undo that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now we'll take the balloon off. And we have to launch in a specific window. So it's 5:04, and we have between 5 and I want to say 5:30 to launch. I don't like that. I don't like that it keeps blowing back toward the building. And there we go. So now we will lock up out here and go back inside and monitor the data.
I think I cut off. We'll see. All right. So if you ever find one of those weather balloons, because they eventually do land, there is a card that they want you to return. So there should be an address and everything on there because they like to know how far it goes. It's kind of fun. There are some seats. We have some people at the door. There are some seats up in here and on the side. If you guys want to sit, kids are welcome to sit down here on the ground as long as you don't come any closer. That's the line right there. So you'll need to sit in back there. All right, we have about 7 more questions and a chance to win trivia, okay? Raise your hand if you know the answer, and Adam down here will come to you, okay? Next question. What do you do if you're in your car and there's a tornado? A, drive toward it. I wonder that. Head for the overpass, which we just answered that question. Stay in your car. Or D, find shelter or get in a ditch. Raise your hand. All right, what do we got, Adam? Do you think, the mic's not working?
It's D.
All right, we think it's D. Is it D? I don't know, let's ask Nicolette.
One of the worst places you can be during a tornado is in a car. So here's what to do if you're ever in that situation. First, if you see where the tornado is and where it's going, drive in the opposite direction. If you can't see the tornado, you need to find shelter as soon as possible. Try to find a business or official FEMA shelter and find an interior room, like a bathroom, to take cover. Worst case scenario, find a ditch. Try to make yourself as small as possible and try to avoid objects that could be thrown your way. Avoid overpasses because it funnels winds through it, making it a death trap.
D was right. She needs a prize. Did we get her a prize? Autumn, we good? She needs a prize. Good job. All right. Next question. You have to know your KY3 trivia. Who was the longest running host of KY3's Children's Hour? Was it Ned, Norma, or Fred?
Bridget. Oh, my microphone's back. All right. What is your name, ma'am?
Linda.
What is that again? Linda. Linda's got the answer.
B.
B.
Is it B? It is B. Norma champion.
job.
Woohoo! Get her a prize. She's right over there. Jean jacket. Yep. All right. What year did we begin the Ozark Sports Zone website and TV show? Was it 10, 11, 12, or 13?
Right here, Bridget. She's hanging on by a thread. What do you got?
By a thread.
2010.
Did you say C? I think that's, did you say, I thought,
Yeah, I heard C.
I
She's
heard
got C. It's C is
It's
what she was saying. Yeah,
2012.
C.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Get her a
yeah.
prize, Autumn.
Good work, good work.
It's over here. All right, we're going straight to the next one. How many cities are in Howell County? Now, y'all should be able to get this. I don't
Bridget,
know
I
if
got
they'd
right
be
here.
classified
I'm
as
trying to get to you. I'm
cities
trying to get
per
to you.
se.
Right there. All right, right here.
Oksana, and it's
All right.
A. She's guessing A.
Do you think? Did you say B?
B.
Oh, she's confident. It's B. B.
Confidence B? I think it's B. Those are the 6 we included in this list anyway.
Yes,
I
B.
don't know
She
how
said that the first
accurate
time.
this is. Wikipedia has a lot of information. All right. This is one of my, what? Okay. What do you do if you're caught in a storm while you're out at an outdoor event? Does anybody know? A, stay where you are. B, get under a tree. Get under the stands, metal stands. Or do you seek shelter? What do we got, Adam?
Right here, we're going to front row it again.
You're going to seek shelter.
She says seek shelter.
Let's ask Nicolette.
If you're caught in a storm at an outdoor event like a baseball game or a concert, here's what you can do. lightning will likely delay the event, in which case you need to move indoors as soon as possible. Even if it's not raining, lightning can reach up to 20 miles away from a storm. Head to a covered area until it's cleared, like a concession stand or a bathroom. If a tornado warning is issued, head to the lowest floor, to a bathroom or the official shelter for the venue. Stay calm and move carefully, as many people will likely block stairways and exits.
It's right. Prize. We got a prize? You already take care of it? I'm behind, aren't I? Oh, man. All right. We only have 2 more questions, guys. 2 more chances to win a prize, and this one is one of my favorites. What percentage of men versus women see the most lightning deaths? Is it A, 80% men and 20% women, B, 70-30 men, C, 55-45 women, or D, 60% women and men? All right, Adam.
All right, I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to pick a woman for this
Are you
one.
asking a man or a woman this question?
No doubt it has to be A.
I think you're right. We're not going to take guesses on why, though. We really won't. No guessing why. All right, so this last question we have has multiple answers, and here's what we're going to do. Adam, you got your running shoes on?
They're right here.
All right, this one's going to be quick.
Let's go.
All right, this is the last one we're going to do, but there's a lot of prizes. All right? I'm going to ask a question that has several answers. We're going to come to you. If you get it wrong, we're going to give you a Frisbee. And then we're going to move to the next person until they get it right. If we don't get the answers quickly, I'll start dropping hints, okay? So during this same time period, it'd be 2006, 2018. What activities do you think most people died from when they were outside and struck by lightning? I will tell you, I'm going to give you one, okay? Not one. I want the top 5. Golf is not one of them. It's number 13, okay? Don't Google this, people. Don't use your phones. We're looking for top 5.
Okay, Bridget, I got Lori right here in this corner.
All right.
They're in the car.
What'd you say?
In the car?
In the car is not correct, but give her a Frisbee. Who do we got next, Adam? Wow. We're going to be running
this gentleman
everywhere.
right here, standing up. He's got a yellow shirt on. It caught my attention. What do you got?
Outdoor activities. What should you not be doing when it's lightning?
Javelin throw?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's
Give him
the
a
coolest
Frisbee, though.
answer,
That is not
but
the top 5, but that's a good one.
Okay.
I got some really good answers in this. Top 5 things you should not be doing. We're going to start giving hints here in a minute.
All right, right here.
Yep.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Soccer is not in the top 5. It is number 10, though. Number 10. We got a lot of kids down here who think they know the answer, Adam.
All right, Bridget, I'm right here.
All right,
what do you got?
Let's just take one after the other here.
Outdoor activity.
I can't even see Adam now.
Basketball.
Adam?
We're guessing basketball.
Basketball is not in the top 5. Who's next?
Go over to Autumn. She's got a problem. All right, we're going to hit a couple up here. Ma'am, you right here. What do you got?
A tornado.
Outdoor activity.
Swimming.
What about swimming?
All right, people. Swimming is number 2. Number 2 is swimming. Don't be swimming.
All right, Bridget, this lady has money. I'm not going to take it, but I'll let her answer, okay?
All right.
Fishing.
Fishing.
Fishing is number 1. Do not put up a fishing pole when it's lightning. Number 2, swimming. We're looking for 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5.
All right, I got one right here.
Yep.
Badminton.
Badminton.
What did you say?
Badminton. Badminton.
It is not. Here, I'm going to give you a hint. You ready? There's no more sports in the top 5. No sports.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to go ahead and say Staying on top of the building.
Staying on top of the building. Can we squeeze one in there?
Oh, no, that's a good one, but we're going to have to give a Frisbee. That's not in the top 5. All right, what do we got? 3, 4, and 5. What do you say?
Camping.
Camping is number 3. Number 3.
Solid.
We got fishing, swimming, and camping. What's number 4 and 5? Anybody?
All right.
Being outside.
General being outside. Can we do that?
Little more specific.
Mowing.
Oh, no, that's a good one, too, but that is not in the top 5. I'll give you a couple of hints. One of the top 5 is actually kind
Hi,
of...
Bridget, right here.
Oh, well, you want him to answer first? We'll take it. What do you got?
Baseball.
It is not. There's no more sports in the top 5. Number 1's fishing, 2 is swimming, 3 is camping, 4... Oh, I almost said it. 4 and 5 is what we're looking for. One of them is more of a job.
Walking in a general direction.
Walking is actually number 8. It's just outside of the top 5. So we're looking for 4 and 5.
Storm watching.
Oh, no, that's a good one, too. But it is not in the top 5, but let's get our Frisbee. All right, one of them is kind of a job.
What about farming?
Farming is number 4. Woohoo! We have fishing, swimming, camping, farming. Number 5 is not a job. It's not a job. At least
Come on, guys, help me out here. I'm
I don't
dying.
consider it a job. Something fun you do outside.
Okay, you did?
And it's maybe something you do in one of the other top 5. I don't know if that gives a hint.
Filming the storm?
No, give him Frisbee. If we can't get number 5, I'll give a big hint here in a second. Because we're going to need to move on.
Ooh, I got a good one. Barbecue.
Barbecue is not top 5. We'll take one more, and then I'm going to give a big hint.
Say riding a bike.
Riding a bike. Give it to us.
Riding a bike is not top 5, but probably shouldn't be doing that anyway. Not during a lightning storm. All right, here's your hint. Everybody ready for a hint? It may involve water. Somewhere around you may be water, and it's not swimming.
Did we get swimming already?
We did. That was number 2. Okay. What else can you do around water?
Taking a shower?
No, but that's a good one, too.
All right. What do you got?
Frisbee.
Water skiing.
What does water skiing involve? What's the front part of water skiing?
Anybody? Anybody? All right, all right. Boating?
Boating! Woohoo! Number 5. Here's the list.
Yes.
Fishing, beach, swimming, camping, farming, boating, and then we've got riding ATV. All right, kids, have a seat. All right, here's Nick to tell us a little bit about lightning. Maybe.
Whenever you hear us say when thunder roars, go indoors, we take that very seriously. Since lightning can strike 10 miles away from any given thunderstorm, if you see lightning or hear thunder, make sure that you seek shelter immediately in the nearest hard-topped building or in a hard-topped vehicle. Once inside, please avoid any plumbing, corded phones, or corded electronics. Then, after you hear the last thunder strike, wait until about 30 minutes before you head back outside.
All right. Our crews behind the scene have been working really hard getting ready for the weather tour. Really hard. So we thought we would give you a little bit of a taste of behind the scenes so you can see how they're getting ready for the weather tour.
You'll always be right here by my side, there when I needed you.
I sense rain.
Savannah, I came up with some weather puns for the weather tour. I'm just going to run some by you. Let me know what you think. Because coming up with them is a breeze. No? Okay.
Good morning. We are following severe weather on this Monday morning. And in fact, Brent, what are you doing?
I need to make sure that you're ready. When the wind blows, can you still do what you need to do?
Stratus?
Nevada.
I'm always asked, what is the best day to hit the lake? Obviously, it's Sunday. Huh?
In your arms, I feel so safe and so secure.
Yep. See, I knew it. It's raining in Kansas. What can I say? I have a gift.
Okay, we'll try another one. What do you call a bear caught in the rain? A drizzly bear. Okay, I got more.
Jesus loves me, this I know. Why did he not let it snow? Lebanon?
What kind of shorts do clouds wear? Thunderwear. No? Okay.
You too can be a First Alert meteorologist. Just download the KY3 weather app. They did.
Cumulus.
Well, I got one more. You might like this one. Did you know cows lie down in the rain to keep each udder dry? Nothing? I should just stick to forecasting.
Stay with me, my love. I hope you'll always be right here by my side. System by next Wednesday. Could be storms.
Cirrus. Yes, I'm ready.
Bois d'Arc? I don't even know how to say that one. Bodark? I actually made it come out my nose. No, not out my nose, but I splashed my nose.
And now, from your hometown, are you ready for weather school?
Welcome to the KY3 First Alert Weather Tour in Willow Springs. Joining you today, Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst, Meteorologist Brandon Beck, noon and 6 p.m. anchor, me, Steve Grant, 11 and 4 anchor, Lee Moody, 4 and 9 p.m. and Show Me State News anchor, Rob Macco, weekend morning anchor, Adam Woodbray, Sports Director, Sully Ingalls. Now, please put your hands together for the First Alert Weather Team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst.
All right. What's that?
Did it just say, here's Ron Hurst?
Yeah. So I'll see you later. It's nice. It's nice knowing you. We actually have another replacement for you already. So,
Is that what
yeah.
Okay, well.
Actually, it's great to be in bear country tonight, right? All right. Yes, indeed.
Ron and I typically, me more than him.
Goof around?
Okay, really, it's just me. I get myself in trouble sometimes. However, I have noticed in the line for autographs, Ron's losing his filter. So this could be really interesting.
You know, I find the older you get, the truth just pops right on out, Brandon. I mean,
your version of truth, I
Yeah.
guess. But, who knows? Hey, listen, we know just because of the last several weeks, it's been very busy for us, but it's been very impactful for a lot of you. How many were affected by the tornadoes back in March or early in April? I guess it was. Was that the second round?
Yeah, well, we had,
here?
you know, I've kind of lost, I've slept since then,
Oh,
Brandon.
yeah, right. A few of you.
You know, they kind of run together a little bit.
How about the flooding?
But see, nobody here raised their hand.
There's just a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flooding? All right.
Well, it's been a pretty active start to the spring.
That's right.
And
we've been in your home a whole lot lately, and we thank you very much for that. So if you guys could have some like milk and cookies, that would be really great. Or
Sure.
I like apple pie, Dutch apple if if we're taking orders.
Anything chocolate or Diet Dew,
Right.
whichever.
Well, Easter's coming up.
There you go.
Hey, we have, speaking of Easter, we have a birthday girl in here tonight. She turned 11.
Oh, yeah, Aiden?
Yeah,
Is it Aiden?
Yeah.
Addie.
Addie, yeah. Let's sing happy birthday to Addie.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is. Come on, Addie,
Her
stand
eyes
up.
are getting all big, like,
Stand
oh,
up.
no.
She's got a sash on. Come on, stand up. All right, everybody, let's happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Addie. Happy birthday to you. Yay! All right.
Well, I tell you what.
Somebody else I know has a birthday coming up here pretty soon, too.
I'm a whole lot older than Addie.
Yeah? How old?
We sang that song in about as many keys as we have kinds of weather.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how old.
You used a key?
I'm younger than you.
Yes, you are.
Okay, well, we need to get on with things here. We're going to do a short presentation about storm safety. Some of this you may already know. Other things you may go, oh, yeah, I remember something about that. Because sometimes, you have these things in your head until the storm comes at you, and all of a sudden the danger's there, and you're like, oh, yeah, what do I do? What do I do? So we're going to go through just a few things, and then we're going to show you some experiments/demonstrations.
Yep.
Experiments make it sound like we don't know what's going to happen.
And sometimes we don't.
Yeah, they're more fun that way. But anyway, okay, so
before we go though, we're going to ask you to stay at the end of our presentation.
Yes.
We're going to put everybody on TV, and so we'll have a little thing. We'll have one of the anchors come out, and then I think that's the last thing we have, right, Bridget? We don't have the charts. Okay. All right. So again, when we get done with our last demonstration/experiment, we want everybody to stay where they are so we can put you on TV. All righty, Mr. Beck, go ahead and take it away.
That could be interesting.
That's what his phone message is. I call him. He goes, "This is Mr. Beck. Just leave me a message. Maybe I'll call you back."
Is that what I think it says? I'm screening calls.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is why I don't answer yours.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's talk about some of the clouds that you might see in a thunderstorm. And oftentimes, you may see something that looks really scary, but that's all it is. It's a scary looking cloud. How many of you think that's a tornado? Yeah, probably you're suspicious because I'm bringing it up, right? Well, it's not a tornado. It's just a scud cloud. It's a low-hanging cloud that sometimes can be real close to the ground. Not necessarily needing to worry about it, but admittedly, if I saw that at my back door, I might be a little, little scared. This one is a real common one and happens typically along lines of thunderstorms. When cooler air from the storm rushes out into warm, moist air, it causes lift and creates this big shelf. Some of the coolest storm pictures come from these things. They can go all the way along the horizon, and they can be very dark. The big hint when you see one of those and it's coming at you, as soon as the top or the edge of it crosses you, you're going to get hit with wind, typically, and it can be nasty wind. Sometimes you can get tornadoes to spin up along that, but that's not super common. That, my friends, is something that you would need to worry about. Okay, that is called a wall cloud, and in a supercell storm, it's the big storms that twist all the way up, and they are the responsible ones for the big hail and the tornadoes like this that can be larger.
the ones like the Bakersfield EF3, and then what was it down in Arkansas was an EF4. Those were supercell storms that were parts of, or a part of a line, but almost always from a supercell, a wall cloud will come before a tornado. So it doesn't mean there's going to be a tornado, but you're probably going to see that first. It's a lowering of the cloud base, okay? And it depends on how close you are. Sometimes you'll see them turning, sometimes you won't. That one is indeed a tornado. And the way you're going to know that, I know you can't read it here, but a lot of times you'll hear somebody say there's a tornado on the ground. Somehow we've learned over the years that that sounds really dramatic, and it's the real thing now. By definition, if a funnel comes down and it's not touching the ground, it's a funnel cloud, but if it is touching, it's a tornado, okay? There's no such thing as a tornado that's not on the ground. So in that case, I believe that one was a few years ago, not too far. Was it Bergman, Ron?
Yes.
Bergman, Arkansas? Okay. And there actually is a video of that, but a lot of times it's hard to tell just by looking at a still photo. Sometimes people will send us something and say, hey, this is a tornado. Maybe, but you know, without movement, we can't tell, was it rotating or what? So 2 things that you are going to watch for to determine whether you're looking at just a scary looking cloud or a funnel or tornado, okay? The first one is rotation. If you don't see it twisting, it's probably not worth worrying about. Now, I wouldn't recommend driving close to it and getting underneath and go, well, I don't know if it's rotating, you know, end up in the next state. But you can also watch for debris. And by debris, it means anything being thrown in the air. It doesn't have to be buildings or trees. It can be dirt. Sometimes the funnel will only come part way down, and then there's a gap, but you can see dirt and whatever spinning up from the ground. That means you have a tornado. The funnel is typically caused by condensation from the lowering of the pressure, and you're not always going to have the cloud. This is a really scary video to show you what can happen in a situation with just high winds. This was not a tornado. I don't know what made them run, but they heard something, and a microburst hit and took out the end of the gym. That's exactly why we tell you places like this are ordinarily not good places to be during a nasty storm or tornado warning. Now, some of them are built as FEMA shelters. That's a different thing. But typically, big open rooms with high-span ceilings are not good places to be because of situations like that. So, there are places that you want to go, key places that will typically keep you the safest during storms.
All righty. So now that we know what to look for, now the big key is to keep everybody safe. And of course, we've been through the drill a whole bunch of times so far this spring. It seems like that's my real address, is my storm shelter these days, getting mail delivered there and everything else. So most everybody has a single-story house. I'll start with apartments first because I know there are some around. Remember, if you have 2-story apartments, I hope you're friends with your neighbors on the first floor. We want everybody to get as low as you possibly can. If you have a storm shelter, that's absolutely the best place to go. And we've heard stories over the last couple of weeks of lots of folks taking shelter in storm shelters, neighbors helping other neighbors and allowing them to get in their storm shelter as the storms approach. And many of the storm shelters actually saving a lot of lives. But again, you want to get to the lowest floor possible, and you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. And the reason for that is that stops that flying debris that Brandon was talking about. Because when you think about what's out in the yard, you have lawn furniture, you may have a swing set, a trampoline, all of that stuff becomes flying missiles in a tornado, or even in very high winds like that microburst. And so interior sections like a closet, an interior bathroom, a hallway, under the stairs are all great places to take shelter. Down in Bakersfield, I ran into a lady, Carol, who wound up, you know, she heard me talk about Bakersfield, and she took shelter on the first floor under her stairs. And I can tell you that in that closet was coats, a vacuum cleaner. I mean, she had all kinds of stuff in there, but she squeezed herself in. And that was about the only thing left of her house because it really took it down to down to just a couple of walls. But you want to get into small places because they're structurally more sound. If one wall should happen to collapse, it can fall against the other wall and create a teepee, and then you're safe down below. Remember to take along something to cover your head, pillows, blankets. Make sure you have your storm safety kit already pre-placed there. Turn the sound on your television set up, all right? You also want to avoid windows and doors because they can get blown open, okay? And again, if you have a basement, that is the best place to go. Being underground is always the best. Again, take shelter under the stairs or a sturdy piece of furniture. And stay away from anything that can catch fire. And that holds true for single-story houses as well. You don't want to take shelter next to the furnace. That could be a bad outcome. Hot water heaters, fuse boxes, again, anything that could hurt you, you want to stay away from those things as well. Now, there are some people that say, well, how about my crawl space? Well, typically not, because first responders aren't necessarily going to look in the crawl space first. So if you do make that your shelter, make sure you tell several people that that's where you're going to take shelter so we can look for you there. Keep in mind that oftentimes when a house gets struck by a tornado, it actually gets moved off its foundation, all right? So that subjects you to the flying debris as well. So again, if you're going to get into one area of the house, the northeast corner is the best and not the southwest corner. All righty. So let's talk about lightning. We have lots of people that get struck by lightning. You don't often hear about it on the news because they happen in ones and twos. About 20 years ago, we had about half a dozen get struck at a funeral in Aurora. They were outside. A number of people lose cattle because they tend to congregate under trees along metal fences. So one of the things that you can do to know how far you are from lightning is to count. So when you see the lightning bolt, you start counting 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. For every 5 seconds, you're 1 mile. Keep in mind, lightning can strike 10 miles outside the thunderstorm, and people are struck by the first lightning strike and the last lightning strike. So there's a little saying that says, if you see it, flee it, and if you hear it, fear it. So if you can see it, it's close enough to be able to get you, because remember, you can see on the horizon 7 miles, and if it can strike 10, you're already within a close proximity. If you can hear the thunder, again, you're already in close proximity, all right? So the next thing that we have to deal with here in the Ozarks is going to be flash flooding, and of course, we've had plenty of that lately. Number one rule, stay out of rapidly moving water. Don't walk through it, don't let the kids play in it, don't drive through it, because that is the number one killer in the Ozarks. And of course, you'll remember over in Wright County, on election day, we lost 2 people who drove into floodwater very early in the morning on their way to a polling place. 6 inches of water can knock you off your feet. 12 inches can float a car, 2 feet can float a bus, okay? So again, turn around, don't drown, because everything here is preventable. Don't get in rapidly moving water. That's the safest thing to do. So have a plan, right? Have 2 or 3 different ways to get from your home to your destination. If you have to, just wait it out. It's better for you to be late for dinner or late for an appointment than for you to lose a life and cause somebody to worry about you, okay? Now, one of the number one ways to stay safe in the country is the KY3 First Alert Weather app. How many of you guys have the app? All right, very good. If you don't have it, download it. It's free. People worry that we're collecting information. We're not. It's safe for kids. And in fact, the children are never too young to start learning about storm safety. One of the number one things that we have on our weather app is the little videos at the top. If you haven't watched those, please do. We often have people say, well, you never do a forecast from my town. Well, I can tell you, we do forecasting specifically for Howell County, Texas County, Shannon County, so you can find your location on that app and have a specific forecast. It'll give you the weather, it'll give you the temperatures, it'll give you the wind speed, it'll give you everything you need to know for your community. And we are, KY3 is the #1 television station in the country with that weather app. And so we thank you for making us #1 here in the country. All righty. All right, righty, well now it is time to start doing a few demonstrations.
Yeah. Now, we do all of these, of course, for you folks, but we also are going to record one of these to feed back to KY3 so that they can use it in the 6 o'clock news. Okay? That means that guy over there, you might know him, Steve Grant.
All right.
And our photojournalist, Ethan.
All right. So
he's
we're
going to do
this
part
one?
of the wind thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You want that or the trash can itself?
Well, we're going to start
Probably
with
the trash
this.
can would be the biggest
well,
one,
we need to start with this. So we're going to do a little demonstration on wind. So wind blows from high to low. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use this box, and I've sealed it up with tape. And so if you pop this, then there's air coming out of this, and we can create wind. You say, well, we can't see that. But if we light this candle, we stand back here, give our box a tap, we can blow out the candle, all right? Another cool thing is if we take this and we fill this up with smoke, and we can blow the smoke out. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? So we can see that coming out. Oh, wait, it gets better. It gets better, trust me on that. Because here at KY3, our boss, Brian, over there has a saying.
He does?
He does.
That's his saying?
It's his saying. His saying is go big or go home. So, Brandon.
What? Oh.
So, we are going to demonstrate.
Do I need volunteers?
Well, doesn't matter.
Okay, come here. What's your name? Come on. Okay. I'm going to have you stand right there. What's your name? Keegan. This is Keegan. I need you to hold real still.
Right. Alrighty.
Okay, come here.
Whoa!
Okay, hold still. Wait. Hold back this way.
It's not going to go that far.
Oh, it's got, well, there we go.
There we go.
Here we go. Watch this one.
Alrighty. There we go.
Here we go.
However,
okay, guys,
back up.
Okay, we're done.
Back up.
We're done. Sorry.
I need you guys to back up. I need you guys to back up. We need to keep you guys back up. We have some stuff here that's kind of dangerous, so I need you guys to back up, please.
He's doing it now.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's watch this.
You're going to talk to Steve. He's going to talk about it for this 6.
Oh. All right.
We're at the KY3 Weather Tour Weather Show with Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst, the old smoke in the barrel.
Absolutely. Well, we're demonstrating wind is what we're doing, Steve.
That. Okay.
So we have high pressure in the barrel.
Yep.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop that out, and we're going to show people how far the air will actually go.
Can I try it?
Actually, I'd kind of prefer to do this one.
This takes professionals?
Well, it's not that it takes, it's just that this is kind of a delicate thing that I made in the shop with Leroy.
Show us how it's done.
Yeah, so anyway, so you take this,
All right.
we have a barrel, we have a shower curtain, some duct tape, and that's all we have here, but we can pop that out like that. Yeah, yeah. So you can see how far out that goes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are we having a good time?
There we go. We'll just pop Steve right there. We'll pop Steve right there. Yeah. Yeah. All righty. All right.
Okay, so much fun. We're going to do a little experiment with fire, first of all. Here you go. This is my good friend Jessica, and Jessica works at KY3. And oh, you gotta hold the little button thing. Was it? Oh, there you go. It should. Oh. I've got some magic dust over here. See, we had a problem with this last time too. I don't know. Hold the button, and this needs to be thrown away. I've got another. Okay. Now, this little magic dust stuff, if I try to light it, it really doesn't do anything. I mean, it tries to go, but fire needs air. Okay? Now yes, Bridget? Is there something you'd like to say? Oh, I'm not going to kill her. But I think it's fun to bring Jessica out. She usually hides in the shadows. So Jesse's going to hold the match for me, and I'm going to show you what happens when we add some oxygen to the mix. Okay, yeah, you probably should hold it away from your head. There you go. Once I inhaled this stuff, and it does not taste good. Okay, are we ready? Go ahead and light it. Ready? 1, 2. Yeah, you okay? You okay? So, thank you, Jessica. She's gonna text her family and say, I almost died.
Yeah, she won't have any eyebrows.
Okay, so, want to show you one other little thing here. Hey, kiddos.
Alrighty.
Kiddos, do me a favor.
So we love playing with fire.
Shush. So everybody can hear what we're saying, okay?
Yep.
We're going to do a little experiment, and we do have a fire extinguisher. So if Jesse's hair would have caught fire, I could have put it out.
Not really. You were nowhere close to that thing.
Well, that's true.
You know, we'd had to get the fire department. They're way over there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
whoa.
Why isn't this?
Because they put it upside down.
Yeah, they did. I just realized that. Look, I'm a meteorologist, not a
lazy Susan operator. Not a lazy Susan operator. All right.
Okay, now let's try this
Light
again.
it up again. Whoa.
All right.
All right.
If I spin this, notice it really doesn't, I mean, it's kind of cool, but it really doesn't look like any kind of a fire tornado, right? That's because we have to control how the air moves. And most kids, anytime I would go to a school and talk about tornadoes, I would ask them, well, what makes a tornado? Oh, warm air and cold air mixed together and then a tornado. Not quite that simple. Air has to move very particularly for a tornado to form. You can have a big storm and a lot of hail and wind, but not a tornado, okay? For a tornado to happen, you have to have wind shear, but it has to flow together just right. So when the conditions are right and the air is controlled, now you have a little fire tornado, huh? There we go.
All right.
Next.
Well, no, so this thing actually has practical applications.
It does.
So if you have a forest fire, for example, you guys got to be quiet over there so people can hear. So if you have a forest fire, the trees act like the screen on the basket. And it's not uncommon to get those fire tornadoes that dance along the top or the crown of the trees, and they can move very quickly, and it's very dangerous for firefighters who are fighting the fire. So you need to keep that in mind. All right, the next experiment that we're going to do is one that Galileo did years ago to, actually we're going to do the static electricity next. Okay.
Ed's over here.
Yeah, we're going to do that one. All right.
Listen, I don't have time right now to kick your tail, so.
All right.
Kidding.
So this winter, when we had all the cold weather, you might have noticed that you kept getting shocked all the time. And that is static electricity. So we're going to try this one. This one actually is kind of the one experiment that we have, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But what we have is I took a Walmart bag and I shredded it up a little bit like that. So I have a piece of wool, And I'm going to just kind of rub that a few times. And then I have this piece of PVC that Brandon threw at me, trying to knock me out.
Yeah.
We're going to rub this a few times, like this. And then we're going to take the bag and throw that up in the air.
Ah! You know, you're pretty limber for your age.
You know, I'll feel that tomorrow. Adville's my friend.
Probably so.
And
what's going on? Do you need me to help you with that? Will it unstaticky if I do it? Sorta?
Sorta, yeah.
Sorta, yeah, it's unstatikified now.
You know what? I wonder if we rubbed your head. This would.
Yeah, that probably would work. But static electricity, people wonder about lightning. That's all it is, except in a lot bigger form, okay? So the air has static electricity in it now. Okay, if any of you have ever walked across the carpet and touched a doorknob, or here's one that'll really get you, if the air is really dry and you jump on a trampoline and then touch the spring, that hurts. That's lightning on a small scale.
Alrighty, so the next one we're going to do is actually the one that Galileo, he did this a long time ago, and what we're going to do is inertia. And so what we have is we have 3 glasses right here, and I have some magic water. Magic water. Now this looks clear, right? But let's see, one of my favorite colors is going to be yellow. Pour yellow. Whoa, look at that. But at the same time, I like blue. Yeah, I told you it's magic water. But yellow and blue make green. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. All right. So then we have a tray, just a regular tray like you get a fast food restaurant. We'll put that on top. Okay. Set that on there. And then you know what these are? No, everybody says that. Yeah, they're doot-to-doot. All right, they're doot-to-doot-to-doot tubes. All right. So then we'll place these on top of the glasses like this. And then I'll make sure that they're all lined up.
This is very, very meticulous work.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah.
All right. So then, you know what these are? No, this is gold. We have Easter coming up, so to finance this trip, we're going to auction these off later on. All right, so we're going to put these on top, like this. And I think. All right, so now the trick with this is if I knock the tray out of the way very quickly, gravity is supposed to pull the eggs down into the glasses. You think I can do it? No. No. What do you think?
You mean without going on the floor?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
don't think you can do it.
You don't think I can do it either? All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's give it a countdown and we'll see.
Okay.
What do you think?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. All right.
And now, it's so good. Green is going to make me mean.
Yeah. He's going to turn into the Hulk by 10 o'clock tonight. Okay. The next one we've got here has to do with wind.
That's right.
And we're not just talking about Ron talking. This has to do with, there is a lot that the wind plays a role in when it comes to weather. We got to have it, number one, whether it's going up or down or sideways. This is an experiment related to pressure, and most people would think it's going to take a whole bunch of breaths to fill this up, right? What's the principle it's called? I forget the name.
Bertolli's.
Bertolli's, yes.
Yep.
So when I blow into this tube, it's going to create low pressure, which then actually draws more air into the tube, and it fills up a whole lot faster than you think. How many breaths do you think I can do it in?
5 breaths.
10?
2 breaths. 2. How about 1? Can you do it in 1? 1.
Okay. Well, you apparently don't know how full of hot air I am. So here we go.
Yeah, close it.
See there?
Close
Oh,
it.
I'm supposed to close
yeah,
it.
you just close
Oh, I love. Ooh, that smells good.
Well, it's a. There
What's
you
it
go.
from?
It's,
Do I want to know?
It's a diaper genie.
It's a diaper genie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 breath. That's how you can do that. All right.
All right,
Now the
go
next
ahead.
experiment also deals with Bertolli's law, and that is that fast-moving air creates low pressure. So in this experiment, this is important because if we want to create a thunderstorm can be as much as 13 miles high, and all of that is water. You know, it's maybe 500 to 1,000 feet off the ground at the base and 13 miles high, but we don't have sources of water in the upper atmosphere, so we have to lift that column of air. So how do we do that? We do that through jet streams. And you hear Brandon and I talk about how the jet stream is moving along, and it's going to help us create thunderstorms. So what I have is a blow dryer here, and we have toilet paper on a paint roll, but if I blow from the bottom, it just blows the air out a little bit. But if I go on the top, see how it lifts it out? See how it lifts it out straight? So that's creating low pressure, and because of that, then the toilet paper is pulled up to the top. Now, remember what I told you earlier about going big and going home? You want to do the other one? Do the other one, that's better.
Oh, we're just doing the one?
Yeah, well, it's just 2 of us.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We get the second one. All right. Yeah. We go this side first.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Never mind.
How about this one?
Okay, ready?
Sure. Whoa. Whoa.
Hey, kids. Parents, you're welcome. We just gave you really cheap entertainment. Give them some toilet paper. They'll be busy for hours. Oh, no!
All right.
That'd be a good way to TP somebody's house.
Oh yeah, it's a great little trick.
Like
that's for
Bridget's
sure.
house.
Yeah, we could go there and do that.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Our next one is probably one that you've seen a few times. Okay. And can it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
There we go. So the old Mentos trick is because inside, on the top of these Mentos candies Okay, inside this is the way you have soda, your fizz in the soda is carbon dioxide, okay? So, the candies, when they drop in, if you were to put this under a microscope, you would see a whole bunch of little, what are called pits and dents and things like that. Hey, yo, kids. I know the temptation is to talk and say, oh, did you see that? That toilet paper was so cool. We're out of toilet paper at my house. But in order for everybody else to hear, I need you to be quiet, okay? On these candies, there are little pits and divots, and the chemical coating reacts really quickly with the carbon dioxide that's liquefied into the soda. So the reaction causes so much gas to be expelled from the soda that it forces the liquid, because these all sink to the bottom. And so it forces the liquid out. It creates high pressure and actually pushes the soda out the top of the tube. So it's kind of a neat trick. Just Google Mentos bottles and grandma, and you'll laugh your head off. Okay? All right, here we go.
All right, so what we do is we always have a challenge. So today we're doing Dr. Thunder versus Diet Coke, so we'll see which one actually goes higher.
Yeah.
So who thinks the Dr. Thunder is going to go higher? All right,
anybody?
How about the Diet Coke? That's a whole lot more. All right, well, we'll see.
Okay.
You know, last time it was close.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
All right, we need a countdown, so help me out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
That was disappointing.
That's disappointment.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, we'll reload here. And we'll do it again. Okay.
All righty.
Here we go.
All right. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa!
Much gooder.
All right.
All right. Well, that's better.
Yeah, that was better.
That's better.
All right. All right, now we're going to start playing with liquid nitrogen.
Okay, hey kids. This is where we get into the liquid nitro. Okay? So again, I need you to eyes on Mr. Ron, but no talking for just a little bit, okay? You'll have plenty of opportunity here in a few minutes. So we have liquid nitrogen, which has to be several hundred degrees below zero in order to be liquid, okay? Think of it this way. In this room, there is water vapor, but it's a gas. In order for it to become a liquid, what we know is water, it has to be condensed. And in order for that to occur, we have to have saturation, which usually happens because we cool the atmosphere. Okay, so in this case, let's say, I don't know, our dew point in here is probably 30 or something weird like that. So it would have to get all the way down to 30 degrees for us to start having water condense on whatever, okay? In liquid nitrogen's case, see how your gas is pouring out of there already? As soon as the temperature goes above minus 340 or whatever it is, it starts to go from a liquid to a gas. So in room temperature, it happens really quickly. And so Ron's going to do a little experiment to show you how it changes form.
Liquid nitrogen expands 700 times in volume. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little experiment on that expansion. So I have just a glass bottle and a funnel, and you can already see how it's sublimating. So it's going from a liquid to a gas. So we'll pour some of that in here. Bottom. Come on now. So the gas is already coming out is what's happening. All righty. Then to do the demonstration, we take this balloon and we put the balloon on top of the bottle. And then we turn it around so you guys can see it. All right. Come on there, balloon.
So what's the deal with your happy face?
I don't know. It's
he's a little.
There's a hole in it.
Oh no! Okay.
All right.
And also notice the frost on the bottle, because the temperature of the bottle is now so cold that it's condensing the moisture in the air on the bottle. Yeah, he still needs to be a little gassy.
Yeah, well,
in order to get big.
But you know, a bunch of it's sublimated out.
Yeah. You have any more in there? Or you need more?
No, it's already gone.
Okay. Yeah, it happens really quick to change from, and so that's sublimation, going from a liquid to a gas, okay? A gas to a frozen is called deposition. That's how snowflakes form, okay? And it's getting bigger.
Yeah, but it's not, it's not gonna pop or blow off.
Oh.
Because it'll get real big.
Yeah.
I guess we could do it again.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Let's prep this.
We'll just leave that one and see if it does.
We're going to make
okay.
a little bit of a cloud, yes? This is probably our most enjoyable experiment. Well, at least it's my favorite because I get to make the biggest mess. But what we're going to do is...
Yes! Yes!
What we're going to do is pour hot water, a little bit of hot water, into a bucket, and then we're going to pour the hot water into the liquid nitrogen. Remember, I told you the liquid nitro is about 340 below zero in order to be liquid. What happens when water freezes? It makes ice, yes, but it expands, right? That's how we get potholes, because the water leaks down into the pavement and then freezes and goes and breaks the pavement. Ice is the only thing, water is the only thing that when it freezes, it expands. So when we dump the water into the 340 below zero liquid nitrogen, two things are going to happen. One, we're going to rapidly speed up the process of the nitrogen changing to a gas, but the liquid nitrogen is also going to freeze some of the water, which will expand, and so basically we explode a cloud out of the bucket, okay? Now, from where I'm at, yeah, how about we back you up just a little bit, okay? Now, cold water's not going to hurt you, and all the liquid nitrogen's just going to turn into gas, but I don't want y'all to freak out, okay? Thank you very much. I promise this will be cool.
Ready?
Okay, we ready? Is that about the right proportion? You think? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so I have to climb the ladder to help gravity help me. Okay, so we're going to do a little countdown. We're going to make a cumulus cloud first. Okay, that's a little baby step. And then if we don't like it, and I'm sure we won't, we'll make a bigger one. Okay? So let's do a little countdown. You ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Yeah, okay. Yep, you got to stay back, guys. It instantly made a little bit of ice. Yeah, let's load that baby up. Let's make a storm that's 70,000 feet tall, making grapefruit-sized hail.
Try and hit the roof. Okay, maybe not. Hey, just a reminder as we wrap this up, guys, please stay afterwards. We have a couple of prizes we're going to give away, and then we want everybody to be in the promo, the commercial we're going to shoot, okay? So even though this is the last experiment, go big or go home here, stick around, okay?
All right, you ready? Get your cameras ready.
Yep.
Here we go.
Do this in slow-mo.
Ah, pretty cool.
All right.
Good job. Okay.
All right. So we want to thank you guys for coming. Again, stay put. Who's going to do this?
Stay there. All right, we have some prizes to give away. Here we go. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. I think we have 5 prizes to give away here. We have some weather radios, and it looks like some gift certificates for pizza and an action plan. I'm going to let you take the mic. Who are you going to have draw? Oh, no. It's too much pressure. Ron, why don't you come draw?
Me?
Yep.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I'm Beverly Hicks, your city administrator and your EMD. And so we've got some stuff we'd like to give away. First, we'll give away one of the weather radios. Don't cheat, Ron. You know this person. Jenny Langer. Jenny Langer, are you here? Okay. All right, number 2, another weather radio. Mackenzie Baker. Mackenzie, are you here? Oh, good. Okay, this will be for is it how much? Okay, $20 gift card that it was given from to us from Pizza Americana, and that'll take care of supper this evening. And Ed Morris. Oh, he says. And then we have another $20 gift certificate from Pizza Americana to Elizabeth Thornton. Elizabeth Thornton, come on up and get your prize. And then lastly, we have an action plan for your family, but it's for all of you to fill out. And it has like cell phone numbers and things, information in there for different types of emergencies that you may have just to keep around the house. And so the winner of that will be nobody. No, it was a blank one. The winner would be Ron Deaton. Ron Deaton. Okay, you want us to hand this back over to you and you tell everybody?
All right, stay there.
All right, everybody. First of all, let's give it up for the KY3 weather team. They put on a great show, don't they? They do. All right, we want all of you to be in our promo for this. So what is our catchphrase, KY3? There you go. What we're going to do, I'm going to say thank you to Willow Springs for making KY3 awesome. And I want it to be even louder than that. Get our photographer over here. Kind of scooch, if you guys can scooch a little bit this way. We are going to pan the crowd, but if you want to make sure that you are in this promo, I'm going to kind of be right here. And be loud, be loud.
We want you to be loud. Okay, guys, we want you to be very loud for this promo.
All right, you guys settled, ready to go? You know your line? Okay. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Thank you, Willow Springs, for making KY3 was awesome. Let's do one for safety, but that was awesome.
All right, y'all. We need to hear some cheering at the end. I want to see some threes. I want to hear some yelling. So after you say your line, don't forget to yell.
She's a boss. You have to listen to her. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you to Willow Springs for making KY3. Now that's more like it. That was awesome. Good job, everybody.
Great job, everyone. Thanks so much for coming out to the Willow Springs KY3 First Alert Weather Tour. We're going to have pictures of our visit. We're going to have those at ky3.com later tonight. We're also going to have video tonight on KY3 News at 10. We're also going to be in Crane and Springfield for tour stops in April in case you want to stop by those as well. And if you missed the line earlier with Ron and Brandon, they're going to be down here at the stage over